are they telling lies to say that we couldn't pay? This is very, very, very unfortunate. What of the documents that we have collected? Did we pay for them? Of course we paid for them. And they gave us those ones, but refused to give us others. Why are they holding on to those results? Is it not for manipulation? Of course it's for manipulation. When they are done with manipulation, they will not release them. If they have nothing to hide, why not release all the results? Why not release them? Even 1 month after the election. Why is it so difficult for INEC to release results rather than playing one prank or the other? Until we get into trial, we are going to expose them. We will certainly expose them. And I assure you this trial will be, the advocacy will be very robust.
The ongoing sitting for the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal that was supposed to continue today has finally ended for today's session. I'm talking about the petition filed by the Labour Party against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the INEC. I'm talking about the ongoing tribunal. This particular session ended a few minutes ago, and I'm going to bring you updates on that. Welcome to Nation's Voice Tower. My name is Angelo, your anchor. Yes, and before we go to the proceedings of today at the Court of Appeal in Abuja, I would like to give you an insight or a breaking news. This is actually going or supposed to happen, but we're yet to confirm because it is either going to happen or not as regards to the updates we have on ground. With the tribunal's adjournment of passing the verdict or ruling, talking about the petition filed by Atiku Abubakar of the PDP against the INEC and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, over a sort of challenge of the results produced by INEC a few quarters ago. Now, David Hundeyin, who is supposed to be an investigative journalist who has trended over time for exposing the dual citizenship of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has claimed on his official Twitter page that Asiwaju has asked the President Muhammadu Buhari to nullify Friday as a working day, hereby making it a public holiday, reasons being that he is trying to evade the court judgment that was adjourned to the 26th day of May 2023. To add more light on this, I have Ojinika Okweyi of Arise News, who brought an update a few minutes ago on this happening. Well, she will confirm if this is true or not, and then you will read straight from David Hundeyin's Twitter handle on why he thinks Asiwaju wants Friday, 26th day of May 2023 to be called a public holiday. This is mainly as alleged by David Hundeyin for Asiwaju to evade judgment in court that day. Listen to Ojinika.
Well, let's begin what's trending. With reactions trailing the date fixed by the Supreme Court to deliver judgment in a suit filed by the People's Democratic Party seeking the disqualification of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima as presidential and vice presidential candidates of the All Progressives Congress. Well, on Monday, the Supreme Court fixed May 26 as the date for the judgment to be delivered, just 3 days before the inauguration of the president-elect and vice president-elect. The PDP had on July 28, 2022, filed the suit claiming that Shettima's nomination to contest the position of vice president and Borno Central senatorial seat at the same time contravened the law. The party further sought an order to disqualify the APC, Tinubu and Shettima from contesting the presidential election, as well as nullify their candidacies. Well, as many Nigerians look forward to the court date, investigative journalist David Hundeyin took to Twitter to claim that Tinubu is working very hard to stop the judgment. Let's take his tweet. Well, David Hundeyin wrote, "Information reaching me now from an insider is that Tinubu is trying to lean to Buhari to declare a public holiday on Friday, 26 May, which is the date the Supreme Court is supposed to deliver the judgment that could disqualify him." I mean, Dr. Abati, David Hundeyin went further to state that, more information that Tinubu had gotten about 100 million, naira or something like that to bribe the Supreme Court justices. But we know that David Hundeyin has been investigating Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a while. He has, brought out documentaries, reports, and all that. I don't know what you make of that story.
Well, I don't want to deal with allegations or speculations.
No, the story of the May 26th.
Yes. When a court says it's reserving judgment, it means that it will still give the judgment at a later date.
Yeah.
Hence, the Supreme Court, their lordships, have chosen May 26, which is 3 days. So people are likely to have anxiety and say, oh, just 3 days to the inauguration. Have we not been presented with a fair accompli? But you recall the case of Lion and Diege. You know, the judgment was given, by the court just a day before swearing in, before inauguration. And so, if the court says the court, is at liberty to take its own decisions. But ordinary Nigerians will say, that's too close. Presidential election, maybe this is an attempt to dodge. The second matter, of course, is that the point of law that is before the Supreme Court here will be local standing. Because that was the ruling of the three-man panel when the matter came up at the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal, I think it was led by Justice Nyang Ekwa, ruled that, look, the matter lacked merit because, the petitioners lacked locus. Locus is your right to bring the matter, your capacity to bring the matter, and it's as important as jurisdiction. But now that the matter has gone all the way to the Supreme Court, at issue is Section 39, Section 35, and Section 84, Sub 1 and Sub 2 of the Electoral Act. So it's the Supreme Court, that will now look at it and decide whether the Court of Appeal erred in law, whether it arrived at its ruling par incuriam or not. But the justice system, gives you the freedom to go all the way, to the apex court to push your rights. Because the matter is already before the court and their lordships are looking at it, we cannot go further than this. Otherwise, whatever we say will be considered subjudicia.
Okay, we wouldn't say that was true or not, but you heard it from the horse's mouth. It's a sort of allegation, and if we wake up to Friday morning, 26th day of May 2023, to find a public holiday declared by the federal government, we wouldn't be shocked. We would know where this is all coming from. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and our heads up to see if President Muhammadu Buhari would adhere to the plea of his party man, who is supposed to be the president-elect, to declare Friday public holidays with the sole aim of evading judgment from the PDP or from the Court of Appeal. Well, that is that on that update. I hope you really understood how vast and how implicating the update was, and I will bring you more as time goes on. Now, I'm talking about the just concluded petition tribunal taking place in the Court of Appeal in Abuja today about the petition filed by the Labour Party. Now, today marks the virtual end of the pre-hearing sessions by the court, and today I have Levi Uzoku, Dr. Levi Uzoku, who is also the lead counsel to the Labour Party, and Peter Obi, who briefed pressmen immediately after the court sitting today in Abuja. Now, in his briefing, he actually had this notion that INEC were hiding lots of things, and he couldn't hide it from the pressmen. He told the pressmen immediately how he feels INEC were filling filling the space of a political party in this petition, rather than being the umpire which they were supposed to be. Listen to Dr. Levi Uzoku, lead counsel to the Labour Party, and Peter Obi while he addressed newsmen immediately after the hearings today.
The court has a discretion to reduce the hearing, the period of hearing as presented in the Electoral Act. And that's what I've done, because if we are to be given our 7 weeks, means that our petition will not expire, and that will not be in our own interest. So what we have to do is to do case management, call witnesses that are very material, that will enable us establish that what INEC did is very, very unfortunate. And we believe that within the period allocated to us, we should be able to establish that. Notwithstanding that up to this moment, they are yet to give us all the documents we require. I continue to ask, why is INEC behaving in this way and manner? What are they hiding? What are they hiding? They are supposed to be neutral. But they are behaving as if INEC is a candidate in its own election. This should never be so. And that is, Nigeria is the only country where you find something like this. There's no other country. I challenge you to go and investigate and find out about the electoral bodies in other African countries. Except the only country where you find something like this. There's no other country. Except, of course, countries under military rule. That's where you may have a different situation. But in Kenya, in Malawi, South Africa, and quite a number of others, they remain neutral. But in Nigeria, you see them frustrating petitioners, preventing petitioners from having access to documents, which is so difficult to comprehend why this should be so. But they have no choice, because once we start trial, which is on May 13, 30th May, we will serve them subpoena. And it comes with an order of court. And they will never decline bringing the documents. Otherwise, they will end themselves punishment, because that's an order of court. You see, I'm confusing the people. We at no time did we say we cannot pay. We have letters. I forgot to bring it to you, gentlemen of the press, today. 5 letters we wrote them, indicating that we are ready to pay, to collect the documents. When I'm coming here some other time, I will bring the letters duly received and endorsed by INEC. Why are they telling lies to say that we couldn't pay? This is very, very, very unfortunate. What of the documents that we have collected? Did we pay for them? Of course we paid for them. And they gave us those ones, but refused to give us others. I give you River State, for example. Now, River State, I understand, has 23 local governments. Election took place in 25th of February. Now, a few days ago, when they gave us 15 results, they are yet to complete the results. Close to 3 months since after the election. You can find out. Why are they holding on to those results? Is it not for manipulation? Of course it's for manipulation. When they are done with manipulation, they will not release them. If they have nothing to hide, why not release all the results? Why not release them? Even 1 month after the election. Why is it so difficult for INEC to release results rather than playing one prank or the other? Until we get into trial, we are going to expose them. We will certainly expose them. And I assure you this trial will be, the advocacy will be very robust. We will expose them. We will expose them. There's no hiding place.
All right, earlier we heard that INEC were playing a sort of hide and seek game. They tried not to avail forms EC8 and other INEC related forms to the Labour Party and its council, reasons being what we are yet to fathom. But with what Dr. Levi Uzoku is saying in that interview after the court session today, which marks the end of the pre-hearing session, we actually try to term it that INEC are playing a sort of hard game, delay tactics, to see that the swearing-in day comes and then things still continue as usual. Of course, after swearing in, Asiwaju will be mapped and covered with the immunity part of the constitution that covers the president. So I doubt if there will be any court proceedings going on legitimately after 29th. So we'll keep our fingers crossed to see. Our eyes will be open to see how much INEC will put into this petition to see to the fact that the petition is seen off. That is that on that update. Finally, I have Senator Shehu Sani, former senator representing Kaduna Central Senatorial District. He has dragged the outgoing President Muhammadu Buhari's government with reasons staging that the government is engaging in dying minute award of contracts and dying minute employment grants and so on and so forth, which he sees outrightly as a sort of trap for the incoming government of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He wasn't really happy with the way President Muhammadu Buhari's outgoing government is going here and there, trying to access loans from the Senate and so on and so forth. But I doubt if the Senate are going to approve that particular loan assessment, because it is a very hard thing to do, especially when President Muhammadu Buhari has few days to leave office. So I will allow you to listen to Senator Shehu Sani there. He has been famous for dragging out the President Muhammadu Buhari's government over time, and he has come out outrightly as a human activist, which he is, to really voice out this part of the outgoing government of Buhari as so sad and has been a trap to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's incoming government. Listen to Senator Shehu.
Well, President Muhammad Buhari has spent 8 years in office, and there are two paths to which you can use to measure his achievements. One is putting his own track record in comparison with the one he inherited, and also tallying what he promised and what he delivered. These are two indices. Now, when I tweeted, my tweet is to reflect what is going on presently. For a government that has very few days to live, a lot of things seems to be happening when they should be wrapping up and then working towards a handover to a president-elect who is from their party. But they seems to be doing things which they ought to have done many years or many months ago. At this very hour, you see them awarding contracts in billions of naira, and then they are also sourcing for loans from outside of the country. They are issuing out appointments and employing people and engaging in all sorts of things, which to me, I see it as a trap being set for the president-elect, which is Tinubu, as it is clear. All these last-minute engagements by the president does not seem to go in good path, because spokesperson after spokesperson, they keep telling us that we will miss Buhari, we will miss this government, we will wish that he is in power, as if they are handing power to Labour Party or handing over power to PDP. And when you say we are going to miss the president, when you say we are going to miss this administration, you are more or less predicting doom or telling us what we don't know. So I am saying this last-minute engagement and involvement and activities of this government does not seem to be one that can be said to be with good intention.
Okay, if you ask me, I will tell you that President Muhammadu Buhari and his cabinet are engaging in dying-minute awards of contracts, dying-minute awards of employment grants, dying-minute loan assessments, and so on. Reasons being that I feel the president can be graded or can be can be scored from two perspectives according to his his to be concluded government. Yes, you could score him from the promises he made to people and then compare it to the ones he really achieved. Okay, and then you can also score him by comparing his government with the former government. Well, President Muhammadu Buhari thinks he has done really not to expectation, so he wants to sort of engage in a kind of dying-minute plan to see to it that Nigerians give him a term of applause for a sort of dying-minute government. But I see no reason why he should do that, because the incoming government have already will inherit big or very, very large sums of debts already on its table. Is something worth or not worthy rather. So I would say President Muhammadu Buhari should please back down and bow out in peace. That is the right thing to do. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like our videos. Don't forget to share it to people in Nigeria and around you and outside Nigeria too. Make sure you subscribe to this particular channel who brings you updates, and make sure you tap the notification bell if you are not already an existing subscriber. Thanks, and see you in my next video. Bye.